Everybody, Stamos lives here with 3PO once again. 3PO, how you doing tonight?
I am, once again, super fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So today we're going to be looking at a team game. We're going to click in here. This is Bird's Nest versus Team Reckless.
And we're gonna get the bird's eye tonight as we watch Team Reckless and Bird's Eye battle it out inside the massive battle arena known as Dota 2. We've got a couple team picks already, a couple bans out. Looks like Team Reckless has banned a couple. Looks like we've got a Carry Lifestealer banned. We've got Magnus banned as well. Batrider, we see that banned fairly often, and Lone Druid as well.
I suppose you could say that Bird's Nest couldn't bear it for somebody else to pick up Lone Druid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're alone on that joke there, I think, my friend.
Hey. So we've got a pickup of Darkseer, Rubik, and Gyrocopter up on Team Reckless, Clockwork, Nyx Assassin, Nyx, and Storm Spirit for Bird's Nest. So right now, taking a look at the composition for Team Reckless, what goes through your mind? You've got Gyrocopter, obviously heavy damage there, Darkseer for those great vacuums and walls, and Rubik for the steel. Who else would be your dream pick here to finish that team out?
Well, that's a lot of AoE that's going to be kicked out there. Gyrocopter is just master of AoE as a carry. His ultimate is a massive AoE. He's also got the massive AoE attack just as a normal right-click ability that he can use, and then his Q ability, the Rocket Barrage, which just pops off a salvo of rockets. Tons of damage there. You got the Chain Lightning and the Fate Bolt basically from Rubik, and of course Darkseer, who vacuums, and his ultimate is also a giant AoE. I would say, depending on how bans go, and it looks like all bans are out, I could see a Tidehunter here. Magnus has already been banned, so they're not going to go for that. But basically more AoEs. I think that they should play up to their strengths here. They have a lot of area of effect attacks going out.
What would you say to a Faceless Void here for that nice Chronosphere?
10 seconds.
I don't know about that. I think the reason why I wouldn't necessarily do that is because you don't want Gyrocopter to get stuck in that, and Darkseer as well. There's another AoEer right there with Leshrac.
Nice pick with Shadow Demon down for Bird's Nest. Coming down to the wire here.
It's possible you may see a Centaur match with that. There's a couple matches that go really well with Shadow Demon.
As we wait with bated breath.
Bated breath. Bird's Nest breath.
Right then. I'll go with it.
Yeah, no?
I'm good with it. It's
Okay.
good. 10 seconds remaining. Bit of reserve time for them here.
5 seconds remaining.
Down to the wire.
Silencer. Interesting pick.
Was it an actual pick, or was that a rushed time?
Well, no, they had 1 minute 13 seconds on reserve, so you would think they would take their time. And our good friend Kanka.
He's ready for a paddling, isn't he?
Or what?
Now, Silencer also has that AoE silence. They have a lot of AoE damage up on Team Reckless. We'll see how that plays out. They don't really have any hardcore strength carries. Whereas Bird's Nest has both Clockwork and Kunkka, both of whom can be fairly tanky. They also have 2 really good assassins with Nyx and Storm Spirit.
Alright, well, we will see how this turns out. So, as we load into the game, obviously last night we saw an interesting match with our Titanic Tuesday, and seeing one team get sunk for the first time. Our first team broadcast here, sort of for the real deal, with Team Reckless and Bird's Nest. And
I'm excited, 3PO. I think that we've got some great casting going on. I think that we've got some great stuff lined up for the next coming week. Look at that! Look at that awesome, just avatar image by the Bird team. Bird's Nest kicking out.
They know who the big bird is. And on Team Reckless, very nice little logo there. So right off the bat, Gyrocopter going top lane with branches, tangos, a potion, and some delightful slippers that really go with his outfit. Leshrac going out to ward. Rubik with some sentries. Silencer hanging out mid lane with branches and tangos, and more wards. Looks like Team Reckless looking for some map control here.
Well, actually, look what the left side's going on over here. You've got their entire team on the Radiant side moving up together.
Should be interesting to see what Bird's Nest is up to here,
30 seconds to battle.
as they're heading out to ward the Dire jungle. Looks like we're going to see a bit of a clash right off the bat.
Gyrocopter's in a little bit of trouble here. He turns around just in time.
Kunkka misses on the splash, and the Dire will beat a hasty retreat back to mid lane.
And looked as if Gyrocopter just barely missed that torrent,
Battle begins.
and thus just barely missed First Blood. Lots of battle points being kicked out.
It's always
That's
great
always
to see folks who've picked up the compendium. You know, that's a great way to support the International 3. And Gyrocopter will pick up that double damage right off the bat.
I concur.
Oh, jeez.
That was a good one.
It was great.
Looks like we may have a tri-lane going down bottom on both sides here. Clockwork up top against Darkseer. Darkseer's going to be popping through the jungle as well as hitting up some creeps in that top lane.
And we've got the Dire pursuing Shadow Demon right off the bat, dropping some wards and doing some counter warding.
They probably should have been a little bit more aggressive with that double damage. I think that they could have afforded to have tried to get a better drop than they did. Instead, they kind of hung out in their lane a bit.
And it will expire relatively unused. So in bot lane we've got Gyrocopter, who has just been imprisoned and will be popped up by Nyx Assassin. Desperately kicking out some damage to try to get away, which he will do. Fairly cheeky right off the bat. Pops that potion to get some health back, and we'll jump back into the fray.
What you're going to see Bird's Nest here is they're going to try to use that Shadow Demon disruption spell to get the drop on somebody. If they can stick somebody into an AoE and catch them off guard, then you basically have Kunkka come into place with a torrent, pops them up in the air. This is a pretty typical build, Kunkka and Shadow Demon combined.
See the pause go. It may be a little bit of lagging. I've noticed myself that I'm not getting the frames that I usually do, so could be
It looks
some
like
server issues.
Looks as if Kunkka is also disconnected, so.
That'd be the one. So let's take a quick look at some of the items on the Radiant side.
They all look pretty standard. Everybody's just picked up some GG branches. Nobody has anything extraordinary at this point.
Little smoke on Shadow Demon there, so it should be interesting to see when that gets popped out. But that really is it, right off the bat.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the Shadow Demon Kunkka combination is a popular one, similar to the Slark and Tusk combination. Basically, you're going to see the disruption get kicked out, and Kunkka will plant his torrent ability just in time, so it will knock them up in the air. With the addition of Nyx Assassin, you have even more damage being kicked out and another stun. It's a pretty nasty combo, one that the Dire side doesn't really have an answer for.
Alright, well, we are back in action. And there's that pop on Shadow Demon, who will drop for First Blood.
Shadow Demon got pulled up into the air by Rubik there, and then just absolutely destroyed by Gyrocopter's Rocket Barrage. Wasn't able to move, couldn't get out of the ability.
Right now, Kunkka with a cleave, trying to put a little bit of extra damage on there. There was a potion out on Rubik, who has since picked up some tangos and is eating a tree to get that health back. This is the second clarity out on Nyx Assassin, who had his previous one disrupted as he face-checked just a little bit. So let's take a look mid lane here. It looks like Storm Spirit coming down, possibly for a gank, or checking for runes, and there's that illusion which he's picked up, bottled up, and will probably put to good use in that mid lane. Up by the tower, we're taking a look at Clockwork as he heads back towards the tower. We're seeing Darkseer put a lot of pressure on him here.
It looks like Darkseer is actually out of mana right now, and Clockwork got the drop on him there. Threw out his power cogs and is now hammering him with the battery assault. Darkseer having a lot of difficulty getting away, but Clockwork lets him go. Dire is playing this incredibly safe down bottom, sticking by the tower. Looks like they're just trying to get Gyrocopter a couple last hits, and a big part of that is due to Kunkka's AoE ability with his Tidebringer attack. They also know that if they get caught by that disruption ability from Shadow Demon, then that whoever gets caught is in a lot of trouble.
So they will play it safe. Silencer in mid, just doing what he can to keep Storm Spirit on the back foot. Those illusions have been put to good use and kept him in the game when there was a little bit of health gone, but really just playing a stalemate game in mid right now.
Yeah, they're fairly even right now on last hits. It looks as if Storm Spirit's doing a little bit better of a job in terms of denying attacks, but for the most part, it's a fairly even keel.
So Darkseer has picked up the Sage's Mask there to help deal with some of his mana issues. He's popping an Ion Shell as often as he can, just to keep the pressure on Clockwork, which seems to be working, as there is potion popped on Clockwork to help get some of that health back.
There's the disruption kicked out.
Nyx Assassin popped up in the air. Rubik isn't going to be in a lot of trouble, and he will say goodnight.
Yeah, Rubik dropped to that combination I was telling you about. Disruption went out on Rubik. He wasn't able to move in time. He got plowed up into the air by the Torrent, and as soon as Torrent ended, Nyx Assassin came in with an Impale and a Mana Burn. Goodbye, Rubik. Looks like up top, Darkseer dropped as well to Clockwork. Clockwork catching him in his power cogs, and then once again hammering him with his battery assault.
And Rubik is back bot lane, so we'll see where it goes from there. So we're putting that bottle to good use, you know, getting some of that health back. Silencer doing the same, running low on mana, so just picking it up a little bit up there again. Seems like Gyrocopter got away a little bit scot-free there as...
Storm Spirit actually is just about to get a kill here on Silencer, and succeeds in doing so. That was fantastic play on Storm Spirit's part, nearly dropping actually by Silencer towards the end. But Silencer made a mistake. He stepped up on the ledge, went up top, got caught by Static Remnant as well as an Electric Vortex, which pulled him back into it, took a ton of damage. Storm Spirit had just enough to jump past him, get another hit off. And that was all she wrote for Silencer. Couldn't get away.
Seems like a lot of the action is just kicking out bottom lane right now. But we will see Silencer join the tri-lane, and...
Yeah, we're going to see a triple kill here, possibly. No, at least a double kill. Kunkka's going to drop.
Nyx Assassin?
Oop. Storm Spirit came in as well. Storm Spirit pops a kill out of Gyrocopter.
And we'll see Leshrac go down.
What did they drop to there, Grant?
That looked like a mess to me.
Well, it looked like it was an even battle all around. Storm Spirit came down to assist when he saw that Silencer was there as well. Popped the teleport to come down and help gank. Gyrocopter dropped to Storm Spirit, just way too much damage, got sucked in, just taking plow after plow from Storm Spirit's, his main ability. His bread and butter attack is Overload. Whenever he casts a spell, if he casts another one, or as soon as he casts a spell, his right-click attack basically does more damage. Clockwork in a lot of trouble up top right now. But Darkseer unable to actually make anything of it. Getting chased down now by Clockwork.
It seems like right off the bat he took a bit of damage from that tower, which really started to put him in a bad position. We see Rubik come in, but we'll see a teleport in from Nyx Assassin, who will get the Impale off on Rubik. But Gyrocopter is there to see if he can chase him down. The homing missile's out,
Tower is under
which will
attack.
stun him, but Gyrocopters decided to be